special guests, John Shorey, Frank Davis, and Michelle Baccarella. And now, please give a warm welcome to my dad and the host of the Jim Bakker Show, Jim Bakker.
Thank you, Debbie Sue Baker. And Ricky Baker is here with me today as co-hosting. And Mondo Baker is here.
Hola, Baker. It's good to be here. I'm energized. I'm excited for about what you're going to talk about today because I decided to change my life and the way I eat just a few days ago.
It is so important.
Very.
And that's how you're going to survive and survive healthy. And today, our three guests here, the big three that we have here in the middle.
That's right.
And they are three of the most important people in the survival food industry and in the three chiefs and preparing people. You've probably done more to prepare people for the last days and for perilous times of any three people on earth.
That's right.
And people don't know that. And John Shorey is our prepper from the desert.
Well, you know, you could almost call me by my middle name.
What's that?
Joseph.
Oh, is your middle name Joseph?
Yes.
Wow. Joseph was the prepper.
Joseph was
He's
the
the ultimate prepper.
That's right.
He saved the nation and the world at that time, the whole known world.
And
at that
John,
time.
the Revelator.
Yes.
So it's my mother heard from God when they picked out my name.
She sure did.
Amen. Frank Davis, you are the founder of Food for Health. How long have you been running that company?
Since 2002.
You keep developing new things. One of the people, Michelle Baccarella, you have helped develop a lot of the products that we offer on this show.
I've been very privileged to do that, yes.
And we just appreciate you so much and all that you've done. And this product today, that it's so big, I'm introducing it right up at the top of the show. This is probably the most amazing invention, creation, development in the history of survival. This is, for the first time, no one has ever been able to develop a survival product that would help you with your vitamins, your nutrients, your minerals and all. And it's been impossible because when you do survival food, you take all the moisture out because you have to dehydrate them for them to last 20 years. And so what happens, Michelle, when you take the water out, you take the moisture out to preserve the food,
Right.
then a lot or most of the vitamins and minerals,
They get damaged. So whether that be from just the dehydration of it, especially your water-soluble vitamins, they are easily leached from that. And over time, greatly reduced.
So, Frank, you have been working for quite a while because you knew that we needed minerals and vitamins in these times of stress, and especially with the survival food, it's difficult to store the vitamins and minerals. But now, when did this breakthrough first, how long ago did you see a glimmer of hope?
I've always been a health fanatic. I've always basically said, because of personal things, I said, I know what the body needs to have optimal health. And I know we're not getting it out of our current farming, food supply. The nutrient deficiencies in our soil, transport over long periods or long distances, processed, cooked, radiated, whatever. Government studies have shown that in some instances, some of these foods have lost all of their nutrients in terms of a vitamin A or a vitamin C or the phosphorus or whatever, but it's significantly down. So because of that, we developed the Complete, and it was designed to basically provide the body all the nutrients it needs that we're not getting out of our diet. Well, the same principle applied. As I did this, I said, you know, I really want to eat the same things that if in a high stress situation, I need those nutrients even more so. The challenge was when I would go to any individual supplier in this industry, in the nutrition industry, nobody would give me more than a 2-year life cycle because it's live food. It degrades. The problem is most of it's already deficient to start with, and then it just keeps going down from there. So, as you're aware, about 4 years ago, Michelle actually found this technology. She told me about it. I went to Oregon. I didn't believe it. I went there, experienced it firsthand, became a full partner with them. I put the money in to take it commercial because what they showed me is you could take fresh fruits and vegetables, reduce it to a powder. You didn't have to juice it. You could get whole fruit, whole vegetables, blueberries with the skins and the seeds and everything. Reduce it to a powder with zero loss of any nutrients, color, or flavor. So that was the foundation of our complete. So, you know, we used to call it better than fresh. Why is it better than fresh? Because we started with the farms. We brought the farmer here. We would contract with a farmer that used sustainable farming methods. The bottom line is when you grow it in nutrient-rich soils, and we use this proprietary patented method that targets the water molecule, doesn't affect the nutrients in the plants at all, we were able to do that. Well, the interesting thing, and it hit me about 6 months ago, I said, I knew they had tested. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what product, whether it's a protein, whether it's a plant, whether it's a vegetable or fruit. When we dried it through this proprietary process, we would end up with it was a flat, solid, crystalline particle. They have tested multiple products after 10 years, every year, with zero loss of any nutrients, color, or flavor. Okay?
Yeah.
So I have those individual fruits and vegetables incomplete, but I also put in probiotics, digestive enzymes, essential fatty acids, etc. So it hit me. I said, how do I get this into a long-term storage product? The only way I could do it, and I talked to the scientists behind it, you know, my partners, and I said, I want to create a long-term shelf life. So the bottom line is what we had to do is get all these ingredients in a dry form and wet blend them together and then dry them through this technology to create this flat particulate so that it locks it in. So now we have this product that has 19 grams of protein, 11 grams of fiber, all the fruits and vegetables. There's 12 organic or non-GMO fruits and vegetables, plus we have organic coconut water for the electrolytes, especially in a stress situation when you need hydration and need to keep the body hydrated. I mean, it has everything in there. There's no synthetics, no added color, no artificial, no GMO.
Yeah, no added sugars.
No additives in any form. It's all food-grade minerals. So the difference is there are all synthetic vitamins. Ours are all natural from whole foods, which the body recognizes, knows how to use. Synthetic vitamins are toxic chemicals. They are created in laboratories. How they call them vitamins, I don't know. But I ask any person, I said, how do you take a dead, toxic, carcinogenic chemical and suggest it is going to benefit a live organism like the body? Impossible. Vitamins in nature are a compound, a complex. So vitamin C is not ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is the outer protective shell of vitamin C, but it's rutin, bioflavonoids, J factor, K factor, vitamin P. It's a complex, and they work synergistically together to benefit the body. When you take it in an isolated form like vitamin C, it creates genotoxins that mutate the DNA, and that's been proven in a laboratory test, in a university laboratory test. So they not only don't do good, they do damage. So you have to take your nutrients from foods, whole foods like God created, not like man created in a laboratory. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And the problem, the big problem, that none of the vitamins were survivable. They were not survival food. They weren't able to last that long. And so this product is the first of its kind.
4.1 pounds in there, product.
And this is enough for, what, 1 month?
1 month, one big, serving a day, but you get all those essential nutrients.
John, now you've already tried it.
Yeah, I have an opinion on this, actually. I've been looking for products to help combat fatigue. I've had a little bit of a fatigue problem. I've been feeling good, but I'm not going to tell you that taking this for 2 days is going to make me like Wonder Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But looking at the product, number one, it tastes good. It's like a fruit smoothie.
Right.
Can we start making one right now?
I think we should. So you take 12 ounces of water.
Yeah. Now you're
And it's 2 scoops, is that correct?
2 scoops just below the line, but 12 ounces, yes. But I'd suggest nice cold water, and the only flavoring in there is strawberry.
And this is not artificial
There's nothing artificial in it. No artificial sweeteners,
No added
no
sugar.
no added sugar.
No sugar.
Vegan too, right?
Sugar's artificial or whatever. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Sugar's not
all
good for
fruit
you.
has natural sugar in
Yeah.
it, but it's good for you.
That's God's sugar. So it's real strawberry.
It's just
Yes,
strawberry.
that's it.
It's
And
made from
coconut
real
water.
strawberry.
And
so it's a
coconut. Oh, I
strawberry
love
flavor.
that.
Has the sweetness of
Yum.
fresh coconut
Here's the
water.
thing.
Amazing.
If we have a
good.
period of time where we're going to be winning souls in these last days, and the EMP bomb, or John, you were telling me something in North Korea was going on. There's so much was going on there right now, and there's a headline about North Korea that said that China issues dire warning on North Korea. Sooner or later, it will get out of control, and the consequences would be disastrous. So the whole world is on edge right now.
Well, you know what it hit me just a few minutes ago when I was talking to Frank, is that there is a greater sense that we could go to war with North Korea than what there was that we would go to war with Japan. I mean, we're literally at high alert watching what's going on over there, where we really wasn't at high alert when Japan attacked us in the Second World War.
But the earthquakes in Yellowstone now, the earthquakes in the last 2-3 weeks is, do you know the number?
Yeah, 878 in 2 weeks.
Not counting today's.
No.
And today in Montana,
Yeah.
which is a big earthquake, 5.8 on the Richter scale.
And numerous quakes, 3.9 on up.
All around.
Oh, yeah.
The America is shaking. Even the world is shaking. The Philippines just had a 6.5 magnitude, I believe, today.
Wow.
So it's time to be prepared, and it's going to be too late. This product is something we've waited for. I don't know how long you've worked on it. How long have you been?
I've been
in development?
working on it for at least 6 months, because like I said, it dawned on me. I mean, we're using individual ingredients. Every time whatever we dry locks in that shelf life. So I said, and we've done blends before. And so I've talked, and I said, what if we wet blend all these ingredients? Can we substantiate the shelf life? Absolutely. We've got U.S. Army testing on it. They tested it. Their criteria is actually for 3 years, because that's what the MREs are required. So they did a 3-year test. They did a 6-month accelerated test at 100 degrees. Zero loss of any nutrients, color, or flavor. And when you use superior ingredients in the first place, you use organic, non-GMO, grown in nutrient-rich soils, you lock that in. I'm telling you, without hesitation, there's more nutrition in this than if you went to your local grocery store and bought the fruits and vegetables. There's more vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, phytonutrients in a dry form than fresh, because of where it's grown and the nutrient-rich soils and what's locked in that. That's
Because
the
what
point.
they do, they bring the food right from the farms to be processed, and you're getting food. This is absolutely food. So honestly, if you take your shake a day, you could take it as a replacement for a meal, couldn't you?
Absolutely. You know, I personally, for the last 10 years, I have a meal replacement every morning with my complete. I add protein to get to this level of protein. I add protein. I put some berries in there. I put a banana. That's my meal replacement. I've been taking this every morning since I've been here.
This is my first time to try it. Right now, at this minute, I know your products. I know your processes. I've studied the processes, and Michelle, these are like a miracle that you can keep so much nutrition. Where in the foods that you buy at the grocery store, this has more vitamins and minerals than what you buy at the store, and take it home and eat it by the time you get it home.
Definitely. And if you even cut up the food or prepare it in any way, you're also depleting nutrients from that. And with this shake, none of that happens.
Can I eat it as a diabetic? Because one of the things I'm finding that I can eat is, like, I'm working on a health problem that it was caused by negligence of something, and so I'm working on something for my kidneys, and so I checked with my doctors. He was telling me he wanted me to eat juices and stuff and all, and I said, well, that's got sugar in it. He said, but your body can handle that sugar. But God's real food, your body can handle it. Isn't that right?
Yes, the sugars in this, they're from the food. There is no added sugars. It's not evaporated cane sugar. There are no artificial sweeteners. It is just from coconut water and strawberries.
Have you guys gotten to try it yet out there? Isn't it good? I'll tell you what. I'm sure they gave you those little teeny
tiny cups where you want a whole big cup.
Which I hate.
I know. You want more.
Forgive me,
That's
people.
good, though. You want more.
No,
so.
I'm drinking this whole glass, and because I am a diabetic if I don't eat right, okay? But I told you about how my last insurance program and all, the doctors, the insurance company literally said, you are not a diabetic. I mean, they said, you're not a diabetic. Your numbers are not a diabetic. And my doctor said, you're not even pre-diabetic.
Jim.
And so if I drank a sugar drink, I would be able to tell you right now. But my body's tolerating this amazing. And I love the taste of it. Absolutely. It's the nicest strawberry. It's not even a strong strawberry. It's a sweet strawberry, sweet, gentle strawberry.
Yes.
I can put it that way.
It's smooth.
It's
It has a
smooth.
nice-
That's the word.
It has a nice mouthfeel because it's this wet blended, all these ingredients. I tell you, when we put that together and I taste it, I was blown away.
I want people to order it right now if you want. In fact, you can get a month's supply, and with all this vitamin in it, it would cost you. We looked it up the other day.
We did.
One time when you came here to help me, and my vitamins were costing a fortune.
Well, if you remember, years ago, Michelle and I did this. Michelle went out to a health food store, and she tried to replicate all the stuff that we have in Complete by buying them individually.
Yes.
And then bought them, and it was $200 and something for those, for a 30-day supply. And then my son-in-law went and bought all the organic fruits and vegetables we had in there that would equate to a 30-day supply. That was $17 a day. So take the $17 a day, add the $200, and so the value of this in terms of is to me off the chart. Officially, we have actually tested anything that is dried with this technology for 10 years. Zero loss of any color, any flavor, any nutrients.
That's America.
Now, so the Army, they do this, what they call the accelerated testing, and they tested it for 6 months in one test at 100 degrees. They extrapolate from that and say on accelerated testing, that means it will last 3 years at 80 degrees. We tested this at room temperature. If we did that same extrapolation, we're going to say this at 60 degrees temperature is 30 years. I'm telling you, at room temperature, it'll last 30 years. But we have physically tested it, taken it out after 10 years, and ran it through a lab and tested no loss whatsoever of any nutrient, color, or flavor.
If you want to just get one, this massive gallon,
4.1 pounds.
you can get that,
30
and that's
servings.
That's $80. And I'll tell you what, you try to put vitamins together, buy them in the vitamin store. You can't even come.
Oh,
you couldn't do that. You couldn't even do
close
that.
to that.
This is all the vitamins and minerals. Look at them.
Mushroom. We've got carrots and beets and tomatoes, spinach and broccoli, blueberries, oranges, and they're all better than
Coconut.
fresh.
So
Wow.
why wouldn't a person like me want to have this with my survival food
Well,
that
but-
I can, because this is survival vitamins. I could call it
Right.
vitamins and minerals. This is,
It really is the missing link to survival food.
it's
Eat
never
your
been
food,
done
but
before.
get your
This is what I've been
nutrition from this.
wanting. And I'm so thrilled that you and Michelle and others worked on this. And a lot of people have this kind of process and all. It's been developed for quite a few years now, as far as a lot of scientists working on this and using no junk, using no artificial stuff, and no artificial sugars, nothing. And this, on a monthly basis, if you order it for a year, it's lower than $80 then, right? This is all brand
Yes,
new
that's
to me.
$70 per month, Pastor, with a 12-month commitment.
Okay, so then you can do that. You know, me, I want to get a case of them. I'm going to put it in my basement where I put my food, all at once.
All at once.
That's what I want. I'm putting my order in, Frank.
Got it.
I'll be the first order. Okay, can I do that?
You got it.
I want. Would that be a dozen?
Yes.
12, one a month. So I want it all shipped to me at one time. Can we do that?
We can definitely do that.
Okay. So what is that going to cost me, Mondo?
That is going to cost you $750 today. That's a value of $1,560. So you're saving $810.
Wow. So that brings it down to $62.50 per gallon per month of
Yes.
this. This is like the real food. This is the essence of food. This is the real food stuff. And I want you to try. You know, if you want to just try one for $80, you can try one and taste it and see how you feel after a month. Take it now.
Yeah.
This is something you take now. But I'm the real preppers, my real prepper friends, I want you to get, a year of it at least and more. I want to do more and put it in the basement, okay?
I got to say something from a prepper standpoint.
Yes.
Okay, my frustration is I know we need vitamins for the end times.
Yes.
And I know we need vitamin C and these other vitamins. And when you try to store these vitamins that you can buy here and there, they're good for 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, they're not going to store.
And that's it.
That's it.
They'll
You know?
deteriorate.
And in fact...
And they're already no good.
Yeah, well, they're
most
already...
vitamin
they're
C isn't
already
even
losing.
real. It's not even. It's not God's.
Yeah,
vitamin
most of
C.
it is synthetic.
Right.
Most of it's synthetic. In fact, I was talking to one
That's
of
why
Frank's
people feel so
coworkers,
bad.
one of Frank's coworkers back there, and he was telling me that you had the option of using synthetic vitamins in this and would have saved a lot of money. But Frank says, no way. We're going to use the real deal, and we're talking about a product that's good for 10 to 20 years, easy, maybe indefinite.
Definitely.
And like I say, I haven't seen anything that's giving us the vitamins we're going to need until I just saw this.
Wow.
Me too. You and I think so much alike. It's scary.
Well,
John's out in the desert, and I'm up here in the hills, and God is speaking to us what to do. I'll tell you, there's coming a time when we were going to be so happy we listen to what God said.
Well, you know, I was thinking that as you was talking about how important those vitamins are to you and keeping you going, I thought, hey, this is keeping Jim on life support.
Yeah.
It'll keep you going. You know what I mean? If your natural body didn't have this, you would be going downhill.
You know
the
what I
reason
want to
they-
do? I want to do something.
Okay.
Why people are ordering right now, you just call, and that's a whole year of. It's like food. You know, it's a year of food. It's a meal a day for a year, what you're seeing on the screen right there. But this you can order one at just at $80 or monthly at $70. Am I saying that right now?
That is correct.
And this is brand new. You know, it takes me 6 months to get it all figured in my head with all these facts and figures.
great.
But what I want to do is, I'm so thrilled that I have James Huey here, one of my favorite singers. And I'm going to ask James to sing for me if he can manage it. Otherwise, I'll give him a shake and we'll get everybody back in energy here. But here's what I want to do. I want to, and Michelle, you could help me with this, but like vitamin D, calcium,
Mushroom,
iron,
calcium and iron,
potassium,
potassium, yes.
vitamin A, vitamin C,
All your B vitamins.
and vitamin E, vitamin K. What is K?
From your dark green leafy vegetables, it's very important for
What's it do?
you need it to clot your blood.
Oh.
So whenever you get injured, you have a cut, it heals up very quickly. Without it, you would just continue to bleed.
Thiamine,
Thiamine,
riboflavin,
yeah, both very important for energy metabolism. You need that for really any body function. You need to use your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your fats.
niacin.
Yep, niacin's very important, B vitamin. That's folate. It's another B vitamin, so important for your nervous system, preventing any type of, especially for children, any type of neurological defects when they're born.
vitamin-
it's very important to get that.
Vitamin
every day.
B12.
B12, excellent for your mood, your neurological system, your nerves.
Biotin.
Another B vitamin that's so important for you as well.
Somebody's got to help me because I can't pronounce all these words.
Pantothenic acid,
Yes.
another type of B vitamin.
Phosphorus,
Correct, that's a mineral.
magnesium,
Magnesium,
zinc,
selenium,
copper,
manganese,
right, and chromium.
chromium. Yes, so important for your blood sugar
so
balance.
I just want you to see what's all in it. And then on top of that, you have like strawberry and spinach and broccoli and carrots and beets and
All
tomatoes
that.
and mushroom and all these things. But I know you're a man who loves God. And I know you honor God. And this is God's food. This is the way He intended it. It's not God's food grown in junky dirt, bad dirt. This is God's food grown in the best places that you can find.
That's why, I'm such a fanatic on where it's grown and then this proprietary process. I mean, I literally, I put a couple of $1 million into this to get it to where it was at because I was so convinced of this technology that I said, I've got to have it. And the other thing is, when you see other powders, 99.99% of the time it's done from juice. So they already have a process that heats it up.
Oh.
We take the whole fruit, the whole vegetable, in this process and can reduce it to a powder. So you get, all of the benefits of the skin, the seed, the everything. Because, grape seed extract and the grape skins and stuff.
This is why this is such an amazing product. I know Food for Health. I've known them for over a decade, probably a decade and a half by now, I guess. But order this now. If you want to get one canister a month, will come to your house at $70 a month there on the screen. And if you want to order a year, and just say, I want a whole year, you can do that. That's, 12 of the canisters, 12 jumbo canisters of your daily essential vitamins and minerals to give you energy through your. This is survival. This is survival where you're going to be the one that's going to be out telling people you can make it. You're the one that's going to say, come on, let's go. We're going to make it, because you're going to be feeling good. You're going to be healthy and energetic.
You're going to have the strength to help people out in your community and your churches and your family members. But if you don't even have the strength to help yourself out, how can you go and help people around you? We want you to order these products and start doing something about it right now. Don't just talk about it. Don't just think about it. Just do it.
This is a news, John. I don't know if you have that one over there at the news desk, but it says, are you among the 90% of Americans who have a nutrition deficiency?
Yeah. Matter of fact, you're just talking about surviving and thriving, and what I didn't realize is how many people are just really dying. It says right here, 9 out of 10 Americans fall short of key nutrients in their diets.
I was just going to say, the reason we call that, named it daily essential nutrients, the word essential basically says these are nutrients the body needs and cannot produce itself. It has to take it in. Vitamin C is a vitamin, for example, that the body can't generate. It has to take it in, and has to take it in daily. And that's why we have an RDA, recommended daily allowance, albeit that recommended daily allowance is based on synthetics. And if you look at the statistics, there's one that shows that in one vitamin in a synthetic form, you would have to take 4 times the amount of a natural vitamin to get the same absorption rate, even though one does good and the other does bad. So anyway, that's where the daily essential, they are essential, the body needs them, and they need them daily.
Do it now. James Huey was going to open the show today. And so we want to open with a song that lifts you up.
Yes.
In fact, the name of the song is We Lift You Up, God.
Yes.
And I want to praise God.
This is
We
so
just
exciting.
had, a few minutes ago, we just had a baby born at Lori's house. Woo. And this gal was very pregnant because she was she was praying for delivery. And praise God, I got a good word. She's delivered.
Yes.
Wow. Lori's house, another baby.
Yes.
Amen. From the devil. Amen. So sing this for me, James, with the PTL singers and the all band of We Lift You Up. The great James Huey.
Hosanna. You reign in majesty. Hosanna, Hosanna. You reign in victory. Come on, let me sing that. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. You reign in majesty. You reign in majesty. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. You reign in victory. We lift you up, we lift you higher. We lift you up, lift you higher than our circumstance, higher than any other. We declare you reign. We lift you up. We lift you up. We lift you up.
Amen.
Yes. Amen.
James Huey.
Oh, we love you, James.
Great.
You are amazing. My goodness.
Thank you so much. That's encouraging. And this is an amazing thing we're introducing today
Yeah, so excited.
because it lifts you up. And I'll tell you, when you're dragging down, it's pretty hard to do what you need to do
It really
when you're
is.
not feeling good. And, you know, the Nobel Peace Prize winner,
Linus Pauling.
Dr. Pauling,
Uh-huh.
he was talking about that you can trace almost, what did he say? Can you quote him?
He said you can trace every known illness, every known disease to some form of dietary deficiency.
Yeah. Have you found that to be true?
Well, you know, if you'll give me a second, I want to tell why I know that's true. Before I met Michelle, you know, I grew up, I had every childhood disease known to man. I know I was raised on antibiotics. And so when I was in my mid-40s, I ended up with, I'd had pneumonia twice, hepatitis twice, and I ended up with chronic fatigue syndrome in my mid-40s. Now, for a type A personality, that's like a sentence worse than death. I literally, I could not go on a walk with my wife. We went to our condo in St. George. I had to make a bed in the back of the Suburban, and she drove, and I had to lie. So that was kind of a catalyst for me. I had to find a solution. And I live in an area where everybody has an answer. It's the capital of network marketing. And I was willing to try anything. I went to doctors. They would prescribe, you know, antidepressants. Said, I'm not depressed, I'm discouraged. But anyway, long story short, I ended up going to a symposium put on in that brought all of these PhDs from different universities across the country, and the title of this symposium was called Foods as a Medicine. And they introduced this by saying, and this is what, 14, 15 years ago, 17, 18 years ago. Anyway, it was said that there's been more research in the last 5 years than the prior 200 years that links every known illness, every known disease, every cancer to some form of dietary deficiency. And then in this full 2-day seminar, they presented all the research that they had found linking, you know, the deficiencies. They could tell you with heart disease, they could tell you with diabetes, they could tell you with all of the Western diseases, everything, what nutritional deficiency you were doing. And I'm sitting there and I think, wow, it was kind of an aha moment for me. And I asked this lady who was from Champaign, Illinois, unbelievable presentation. I raised my hand and I said, well, I buy wholeheartedly what you're saying. I have a question. Isn't there a wide variance of nutrient value in foods depending on where it's grown, how long it's been in transport, whether you cook it or not? She said, yes, absolutely. I said, so how do you know you're getting all these nutrients that you said are essential for the body? And anyway, she was talking to a group of registered dietitians or dietitians, and so she just said, well, I'm a firm believer in whole food nutrition. Because I said, wouldn't it make sense if you could get it in a concentrated form, you could test it, and you knew what you were getting? And that was all the way back. I had that in my head. And it's when I met Michelle, well, actually she worked for a company, and I met him, and he talked about a product with whole food concentrates. And I got on that product, and it was our precursor to our 9 a day, our complete 9. Within 30 days, I was out of my chronic fatigue. I literally went the following 12 years without as much as a cold. Never happened in my life. And I thought, if this can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. Because I had the most compromised immune system on the planet, I felt. I mean, somebody drove by with their window down, they had a cold, I caught it. So I became so convinced you give your body the right stuff. Now, as I said, I'm turning 71. I'm in better health than I was in my 30s. And, you know, I just got back a month and a half ago playing in the National Senior Championships basketball in Florida. I played 2 games a day, in the 65 to 70 and the 70 to 75. I have energy. It feels good to feel good. I feel energy every day because I nourish my body. I don't just feed it. And that's what we're doing here. We don't just feed it, we nourish it. You know, I play racquetball 3 mornings a week. I bike. I biked yesterday for 25 miles. I went out of here and shot out, and it just feels so good.
John, why do you think people know what's going on in the world? And a lot of the church people, they even know what's in the Bible, but they don't get ready. They don't prepare. I don't understand.
Well, you know,
because, you know, the Bible basically says a fool knows things are coming and don't prepare. And this product today is just one thing that we have been able to put in our arsenal for survival. And I wish we had more time today, but our time's gone. But I want you to just give me a point from, I know God has spoken to you through Dave Wilkerson's books and readings and writings. What is something that is warning us right now? Just like, you know, people are talking about the Third World War. You know, when you're talking about North Korea, you know, North Korea, they want a war. They're picking a war. You know, there's somebody picking a fight. They're picking a fight.
The world is on war footing right now. I mean, if you study what's going on, China is preparing for war. They're building up their military. Russia is building up their military. If you listen to the news, you realize that countries like Saudi Arabia are making the biggest military hardware purchases probably in their history. They're saying that Saudi Arabia is about ready to start World War III with Iran. Qatar, I don't even understand Qatar, but it's all over the news right now that they're going head-to-head with Saudi Arabia. And we're not even talking yet about Israel and the enemies in the Middle East. And we've got Japan warning its residents last week that Japan could be attacked with nuclear bombs imminently. South Korea is preparing for war to being attacked from North Korea. All of this is happening everywhere, not in America. We're barely being threatened. We realize that North Korea is developing at breakneck speed the missile technology to hit the heart of America. They literally, I saw that in the news today, that they are virtually to the point to where North Korea can hit the heart of America.
We're getting ready for something. The world's getting ready for something. And we better be prepared.
Well, you know, I mentioned just a few minutes ago that to me, there's a greater sense of an imminent head-to-head with Korea and America than what there was before the eve of Pearl Harbor. I mean, was it 1942, December 7th, our guard was down. If our guard would have been up, they could have stopped that. Well, we know our guard is up right now. We're watching by satellite everything that's happening, and what we're seeing isn't good. And I found this news article just this afternoon and was able to get it copied off. It's called Will America Attack North Korea? And it says Defense Secretary Mattis said it would be probably the worst kind of fighting in most people's lifetimes if we attacked North Korea. Said no precedent exists for trying to destroy a nation's nuclear capability by military means. The possibility of nukes detonating on the Korean Peninsula would deter any country from risking the world's first nuclear war, assuring losers no winners. You know, they're saying that the options are getting to be fewer and fewer and more dangerous. You know, it's like one of the top people in government said that we cannot let North Korea have a nuclear arsenal that can hit America. And then the comment was made, they already do.
Yeah.
If we can't allow them, then what are we going to do? They've got almost 1 million-man army.
They said they want to destroy us with an EMP bomb. They want to set EMP bomb over our country. They already have satellites over our country, so they could put a bomb on that. You know, it's insanity, and we've not listened. And I believe because of America's mocking God, we're in deep, deep trouble. We must turn to God today.
Well, you know, it's like America's not taking any of this serious. I actually saw this statement this afternoon. It says, while the world watches in jest, instead of world, put in America. While America watches in jest, the Japanese residents prepare for possible confrontation with North Korea. They get it. We don't get it. America is not preparing. South Korea and Japan are being warned by their people, get ready for war. And let me tell you, if there's a war in Japan, if they get attacked or South Korea gets attacked, we are going to have global panic, and we will have panic in America, and there'll be such a run on the stores for all the resources that we're going to need. You know, there is a coming, David Wilkerson, you said it. David Wilkerson warned us. Warning signs, warning to America. There were actually 4 warnings, and at the time that I read the book, the first one had already happened. He described the oil fields burning in the Middle East. That was Kuwait, the first Iraqi war, Desert Storm, I think. But then he separated that from the last warnings, because the last part of the paragraph said there's a coming economic collapse. And he goes into greater detail in the book that when this economic collapse starts to happen, it'll spin out of control, and Congress, the president, nobody will be able to stop it.
Yeah.
And he says that economic collapse will be followed by destruction. And then he said, when we are weak, our enemies will invade us. Well, let me tell you, God miraculously gave me that message, resurrected that revelation from David Wilkerson that nobody wanted to listen to when he put it in print. And God brought it back to life because we're in that season. We're in that time. And when I go and I read this, that the world watches in jest while these affected countries are getting ready, and we're just saying, ho-hum, don't worry about it. I'm just going to trust God. Well, let me tell you, you're going to be crying out to God. You're going to be running to the church. This place is going to fill up. People are going to want answers. What is going on? And you know, we've got a heads up. We know what's going on.
I want to have you back, and I want you to bring some financial experts on this collapse, because I believe with all my heart that it's so serious, and people are laughing. I mean, when have we ever mocked our president that we elected, legally elected? We're cutting his head off in jest, mocking him and laughing. Every comedian on every night, NBC, all the networks, on their talk shows, they're all mocking our president. You know, and God has given us hope. And I'm telling you, church, it's going to be too late to prepare if you don't get ready. It's time to prepare. It's time to be ready because perilous times are coming. I've spent years in prison studying the Revelation, and it was a reason. And God told me to come out of prison and warn people to get right with God. And not just that, but to literally fall in love again with Jesus Christ. And we've got to stand up. And John, I appreciate you being here all week, teaching and all. And it's your birthday. So Lori's at that, I told you about that, the eye doctor who is so great. Lori's there right now when I'm doing the show, and Tammy Sue is my co-host, is here sitting next to me, and Ricky. So we're taking over for Mom. Yep. But she'll be back on our next show. I have a present for you. And Frank Davis has invented, along with his scientists, these amazing generators. For our anniversary, we're reducing it. So if you want to order the new generator, it's like 300 times more powerful with the double battery system in it. But John, we're giving you for your birthday, and we're going to ship it to you so you don't have to take it on the airplane with you. We're going to give you the expandable fuelless generator that's sitting right here. And it has the double lithium ion batteries.
The safest. They have the longest life cycle, the shortest charge time.
And your solar panels with it.
The solar panels with it.
And the hand crank is with this one.
Wow.
So if things get really bad and the sun's not shining, to make power with the solar panel, you can crank it up. We have the brand new cart. It's that aluminum, lightweight, but it's strong. And if you're going to get both units, you need that to move it around in case your wife needs to move it. She
that is absolutely
roll it around on that. And, of course, the extension cord. But that unit. So,
you know,
do you want to tell us your age?
I was going to say, you know,
don't have to.
There's 2 birthdays in a person's lifetime that are kind of like really, really important. The first one, it's called the Over the Hill, when you hit 40. And the next one, in my estimation, you know, is like when you hit 65. And I can't believe I'm 65.
This your 65th birthday.
Yes.
Well, happy birthday from all of us who love you so much at the Jim Bakker Show. And want to thank Frank and Michelle for being with us today. And I hope everybody is going to order this amazing survival vitamins, minerals, the essential nutrition that's finally there. And this is going to help people to live. We have to go. Order your food, your generator, you can go online.
That's right.
And you're still financing them, right? So a year or 2 years they can get financing on the generators?
2 years financing, right.
And this, you can get the base unit. You put a lot of more gadgets on it to make it more efficient.
We have what's called the uninterrupted power supply. So if you're on a CPAP machine, for example, you know, you plug the generator into the wall, you plug your CPAP into that. If the power goes out, you will not know because it immediately, in a nanosecond, switches to the generator. And it has the pass-through mode, so it's charging the generator, but doesn't drain anything. The beauty about this generator, it has like 3,000 life cycles. You know, some of these others that you'll see on the market, 300. So it's kind of like if you're going to buy a car, do you get one that will take you 30,000 miles, or do you get one that's the engine will last 200,000 miles? You're going to have to buy 7 of those generators to equal 1. So there's so many advantages to this.
Oh,
Safety.
it's amazing.
The others, you have the new ones coming out, or a lithium-ion cobalt. Well, that's kind of the same technology as your Samsung phones and your hoverboards. You know, it's an accident waiting to happen. If you punch it, it'll explode. It can catch on fire. This one can't.
Oh.
You know,
What if John wants to hook more solar panels to this unit?
you can hook 2, 3. You know,
300 watt total?
300 watt. It'll charge it in 2 hours.
This is a special thing. And if you go online, we still have a special anniversary deal, don't we, with the whole deal?
You reduced it on
Yeah.
the complete generator kit.
Yeah.
You reduced it on the complete generator kit.
Yeah.
You're taking $100 off.
And you get a free
Oh my, you get all kinds of bonuses
box
with
of
that.
beans.
Yes, sir.
Bean
Oh, you
burger
do.
box.
We've got black bean burger as a bonus. We've got that 1,000 lumen flashlight, the tactical flashlight. You even got a microwave, 600 watt microwave as a bonus on that. We had a limited supply, and it's coming down, but we still have some available.
And then we have the heating pad.
Oh, yeah, the
blanket,
12-volt
heating
electric blanket.
that
Yes, sir.
will keep you from freezing to death. That's
Absolutely.
essential if you're up north,
Absolutely.
especially you folks in Minnesota where it's 40 below zero
That's right.
in the winter.
That's right.
Your power goes out. You want a
They're in
nice
International Falls.
electric heating blanket. Yeah, your mother.
That's
came from
right.
40 below zero.
40 below,
There,
yeah.
And so we have a lot of stuff with it. So go online, it's there. And then just this week, and then that'll be going off in a week. So $100 more discount just because it's our anniversary special. So
And Pastor Jim, make sure we mention too, you're throwing in an extra solar panel too. So
that's right. You
gonna
get
cut
2
charging
solar
time.
panels. So it charges up twice as fast. And this is just limited. It's not going to last forever. So we have to go. But go to our website and you'll have fun ordering all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
But be sure to order the new Daily Essential Nutrition, the survival vitamin and minerals. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing. Thank you, Sue, for being with me today, taking
Thank
Mom's
you.
place. Remember, God loves you. He really does. Bye-bye for today.
Coming soon to Morningside in the Jim Bakker Show. Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis will return to Morningside Friday, July 28th. We're honored to have Paula White with us on the Jim Bakker Show Tuesday, August 15th. We're honored to have evangelist Alveda King with us Thursday, August 24th. Author and prophet Rick Joyner will be sharing a powerful word. Rabbi Jonathan Kahn will introduce his new book, The Paradigm, Wednesday, September 6th and Thursday, September 7th. Join us every night at 7 p.m. for The Prophet Speak, an evening filled of worship and ministry. For our full schedule, go online to jimbakkershow.com. We can't wait for you to see what God's doing here at Morningside.